All right, today's topic, I'm going to be talking about this video that also went viral recently about this hairdresser who decided to cut off her client's hair because the mom didn't want to pay a late fee. Given the context of this video, this is insane, right? This is insane, but it gets much deeper. I'm gonna talk about it. I've been to a lot of hairdressers. I've been to a lot of places where, they do hair or not just hair, like, haircuts, like barbershops, everything. Sometimes on the website, whenever you try to book with them, they also have a late fee. If you're like 10 minutes late, they give you a 10 minutes grace period. After 10 minutes, they make you pay. They make you pay an extra fee, right? A lot of these people don't really follow that rule. Because first of all, they told you not to cancel like last minute. They'll tell you, oh yeah, you can't cancel last minute. You have to show up, or else your money stays with them and you don't get the service. Sometimes when you book with these people, they still, like, sometimes they could cancel the same day and be like, nah, you know what? Never mind. You can just come tomorrow. So it's like, it feels like when it's okay for them to do it, but whenever it's the customer that has to do it, like maybe they have an emergency. Oh, well, there's nothing we can do about it. You already paid for it, like you can't just cancel last minute. Now, the situation with this is like, the reason why it's throwing me off is because I feel like a lot of hairdressers are not thinking straight. This is how you lose your business. I remember I made the video, weeks ago about this hairdresser that pulled her client's hair.
Sit right here and listen to my sentence. I'm not fucking playing. You just tried to fucking run. You lucky I beat the shit out you. This bitch just tried to run off. The fuck? Bitch, pay me. You tripping.
Yeah, I just literally dragged this bitch.
This bitch tried to run up the steps out the door. I chased her ass out the door and dragged her ass down these steps back in this shop. Bitch, you gonna pay me. You tripping. She don't want me to take her hair out. She don't want to pay me. What the fuck? No, bitch, your whole face is gonna be on this.
Yeah, she gonna find out when I get there.
I don't get no fucks. I ain't finding out shit on bro. I gotta call my uncle right now. Your ass to get left here.
This is the type of bullshit that people be doing that's gonna cause them a lot of problems later on. Like, because so the concept of this video was she was doing the girl's hair, and then, her mom was like, yo, I'm not paying that $25 like late fee. And she like midway just started cutting the girl's hair. She was like, nah, because this is the problem that I have, right? It's like when you emphasize something and say, oh yeah, you're gonna have to pay this fee. Why are you giving the service and storing without having the fee in hand? Like, you actually gotta take the money first and then you do the hair. Y'all start doing the hair and then they tell you again, they're like, yo, I'm not paying this. I'm not paying this fee. And then that's when you want to get mad and cut the hair. Same with the last video I did. She didn't take the payment. She did not take direct deposit. No deposit for the hair. She didn't take no money in the first hand. In the beginning. Until after the service was done. That's when you take the money. Especially when the last girl, she said that, oh, it's happened to her before. if it's happened to you before, why don't you make systems in place or put systems in place to where you're able to get the money beforehand? You're able to at least get like 50% of the money beforehand. And if the client disagrees with what they got, they can get the refund, or you can take the hair out. Same with this one. If you know that you have a late fee charge, and if anybody comes in late, you want to charge them the money, charge them the moment they come in late. Like, yo, I'm going to need you to pay this money right now. Okay? Now, it could be a different situation if the lady was like, you know what, I'll pay everything in full later on. And then she does the hair, and the lady's like, no, never mind. I don't want to pay anymore. I don't want to pay the late fee. I don't want to pay that late fee. You know, you have a right to be upset, but to grab scissors and like start cutting the hair, like especially when it's a little girl, like an 11-year-old girl, like I understand you're upset. You got to take this shit to small claims court. Like, you're running a business. You got to take this shit to to collections office or to a small claims court so they can get your money. Like, I'm not really in the business, but I know if I am in business, or if I am running the business, I will have system in place to where this type of mistakes don't happen, because you're kind of putting the child in danger because you have a sharp object in hand. Anything can happen. You can poke the little girl's eye out. You can cut too deep in her hair and then cut the skin off her scalp. It's so many factors in the situation at hand. Like, that's given the scenario. If it was that scenario where, the lady said, I'll pay the money, and then didn't pay the money. Yes, like, you have a right to be upset. But apparently, the lady came on made a post about it, and she said that like, they had already scheduled an appointment the day before. The hairdresser canceled it. She canceled it the same day and told them to come back the next day. She came, but they were just a few minutes late, and they weren't even like past the 10-minute mark. They were still within time. It was just like they were late to the appointment. Like, if it was a 4 p.m. appointment, they got there like 4:09, 4:08, whatever. So the hairdresser was still trying to charge the late fee. And usually when that happens, a lot of hairdressers, a lot of barbershops don't really be emphasizing their late fees, right? They'll tell you, you're gonna be late, just to let you know, it's gonna be a late fee. Half the time, they don't, they're not gonna force you to pay the late fee because they need the money as bad as you need the service. It's a win-win situation. You're still gonna pay the profit. Yes, they're still gonna get the profit, but yeah. It's good to respect your hairdresser's time, because their time is valuable just as much as your money is valuable to them as well. Yeah, but it's like you having to take scissors and like start cutting up the girl's hair midway, and like, like actively pulling the girl's hair. You're actively like pulling the little girl's hair. That's wrong, man. That's actually wrong. Because like, anything can happen. The little girl could have tender head. Like, anything can happen in that situation, especially when a sharp object is involved. A sharp object is involved. So of course, like you want to save yourself the trouble of having to fill out an incident report that happened at your job, because next thing you know, they're not gonna look at your case, because if you take this to small claims court, you're gonna be fine. But they're not gonna look at it they're not gonna look at it in your favor because you brought out a sharp object when a child is involved. If anything happens, you're going to jail, and your customers are going to be free. They're going to be chilling, and they're going to file a lawsuit, everything. So it's like, really, like, people need to think and be like, actually be rational with their thinking. You can't just be doing bullshit and thinking that, I'm gonna still get my money. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't just be doing nonsense, especially when you have a job, especially when you have a business. When you have a business, every single thing needs to be documented. Every single thing needs to be in place to where if this doesn't happen, if this turns out this way, I have another resource. I have another way to, make it work. Like, if your payment method isn't working, you need to have, another payment method that works. So if you know you have a late fee in mind, and you have a late fee that you want to charge people whenever they come in late, you need to emphasize that and say you must pay the late fee. Okay, you have to be here within 10 minutes past your appointment time. If you're here past that, it's a late fee. It's a late fee. And if they do come here late, past that time, I need to charge you that late fee, and you have to pay it right now. I do not want, I don't want to do the service and y'all say you don't want to pay. Because trust me, a lot of customers, a lot of people will say they'll do this, they'll pay for, they'll pay for something, And then after they got the service, they're like, nah, I don't want to pay for it anymore. You know, I don't think you're gonna get that money out of me. No, it's wrong, and it's a waste of the service provider's time. Like, it's a waste of their time. They could have just been doing something else. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know. But yeah, that's really why I wanted to just talk about. It's like, it's no point in putting yourself in a predicament where you can lose your entire livelihood because of $75. Okay. And I understand you trying to respect your time. You know, you feel like your time has been wasted, or you feel like your time might be wasted. Take that to small claims court. Take that to somewhere else. You don't have to be trying to, you know, put yourself in that position. But at the same time, you canceled the appointment the day before, and then they didn't even come in late. So it's like of course, it felt like to me, it feels like you were just trying to get money out of them and make it seem like it was a late fee, but you're just trying to get extra money. I don't know. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that this is justified for her to start cutting the little girl's hair and pulling it? Or do you think that there could have been another way that this could have been resolved? Let me know what you think. And I'll catch you in the next one. All right. Peace.